Hello guys, how are you? Hope you all are doing well. In this video we will discuss about importance of studying ancient history of India. The importance of studying ancient history lies in the fact that after studying the ancient history we get to answer the question of how, when and where. Like by studying the ancient, we will get to know about the lifestyle of the people of ancient times, what they were doing and how they were living, how they were utilizing the resources around them. So we'll learn about the development of the earliest cultures in the ancient times, and then we will learn about how we get to know about how people learned about the agriculture. Agriculture provided them settled and secured life, you see. So and we will also learn about how they discovered the natural resources around them and utilize these natural resources for their benefit. Then we will see what kind of activities were performed by the people of ancient times, like farming, spinning, weaving and metalworking and other activities were there. Then using the instruments that were available and that they made, they cleared the forest, and they cleared basically forest for the purpose of farming. Then because they were doing the farming, they have to stay at one place, so they found the villages grew into cities, and the cities transformed into kingdoms. Then we will also get to know how languages developed over a period of time. So initially they must have used the verbal languages and non-verbal languages, okay, and with the time they would have developed the written form of the languages as well. They would have developed so written form, probably the written form would have started by the symbols and images form first, and then they started developing the letters and words. So some of them are deciphered and some of them are not deciphered. Next we are going to learn about unity and diversity in India. So ancient India was a crucible of ethnic groups. So unity has always been in India, but in different forms we will find different unity is there. Okay, different diversity, and for different diversity how the unity has always been there in India. So ancient India was a crucible of ethnic groups. Ethnic group means a group of people sharing common culture or descent, you see. So people from different regions of the world came to India, settled in India and made it their home. So for example, pre-Aryans, Indo-Aryans, Greeks, Huns, Scythians, Turks and etc., they all came to India, they settled in India. So when they settled in India, they all contributed their part, you see. So they have different cultures. These all people came from different regions of the world, so they all contributed to the development of Indian social system. Like because different culture people will meet and they will react and interact and act upon each other, no? So this they will influence each other's culture in some way, and there will be formation of new culture social system in India. So Indian social system, art, architecture and literature, these things we can see there is influence of these people who settled in India, different ethnic groups. Then when we read about the ancient history, we get to know about the commingling of cultural elements. Okay, when we read about the ancient history, we will get to know about the commingling of cultural elements, like Aryan elements are there which are found in the Vedic and Sanskritic culture, and pre-Aryan elements are there which are found in the Dravidian and Tamil culture. And because of this commingling of cultural elements, we find that many Dravidian and non-Sanskritic terms are found in the Vedic text, whereas Pali and Sanskritic terms are found in the Dravidian text, like Sangam literature. No? So after this, we will talk about. Okay, let me just write it here. There are other topics which we are going to do now. So after this unity and diversity, the same portion we will do. We will read about religious unity, no? So religious, so since the ancient time, India has been a land of various religions. Different religions have been in India, and India witnessed the birth of various religions as well, like Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism. So India has been a land of different religion. People of India, even though they followed the different religion, practiced different religion, followed different social customs, speak different languages, but they all followed some certain common style of life. You see, certain common style of life throughout the country. So somewhat the religious unity always prevailed, you see, because people of India, even though they followed the different religion, there was a mutual respect for other religions and understanding and tolerance towards the other religions. So religious unity has always prevailed in India. So let me write about the religious unity here. India is the land of several religions, different culture and religion intermingled with one another, and people of India, so we can just make a chart of it, no? Like people, they spoke different languages, practice different religion, observe different custom, but follow certain common style of life throughout the country. So this will be easy for us. After this, we are going to talk about geographical unity in India. Observe different social customs, follow certain common style of life throughout the country. Follow certain common style of life throughout the country. And after this, we are going to talk about the geographical unity. So we can see geographically, India is a very diverse country, like plains, mountains, then plateaus and desert. Everything is there. So diversity is there in the geographical term as well, but as a whole, India was seen as a one land, subcontinent, extending from Himalayas to Cape Comorin and Brahmaputra to Indus, was seen as one land by the ancient historians, writers, poets, philosophers. They have always regarded this portion of land as one area and referred to it as Bharatvarsha. The old writers have referred to this land as Bharatvarsh. Bharatvarsh word was derived from the name of the, Bharatvarsh means land of Bharatas, and this name came from the name of a tribe that was residing in this area. So ancient tribe residing in this area, and the people of Bharat tribe were known as Bharat Santati. Ancient writers have always referred to this land as an integral unit, and as integral unit. The king and they refer to the king who were able to establish their authority over the whole area as the Chakravartins. The king who were able to establish their authority over this whole area were referred to as Chakravartins. So you should know who are the Chakravartins. So there have been two Chakravartins in ancient time, the Asoka and Samudragupta. Asoka ruled during 3rd century BC, and Samudragupta, sorry, not Chandragupta, Samudragupta. He was a Gupta empire only, but so Samudragupta ruled in 4th century AD. Now we'll learn about how the word India or Hind came. So first we should know that when the foreigners came to India, they came to India and they met the people living on the bank of Indus or near Indus, Sindhu. Indus was also called Sindhu. So they named the whole country after this river Sindhu, and because this Hindu word is derived from the Sanskrit term Sindhu. So Sindhu was the name of the river, and the Arabians found it difficult to pronounce, so they named it Hind. And India word is derived from the Greek term Indike. So Greek gave the name India, and Persians and Arabians gave the name Hind. So Hind word is derived from the Persian term. Hind word is derived from Persian term, whereas India is a Greek term. Now we'll read about the linguistic and cultural unity in India. So we talked now, like people were speaking different languages, but they were following the similar pattern of life, you see, similar style of life throughout the country. So 3rd century linguistic unity was attained like 2 times, I think. 3rd century BC, when Ashoka was the ruler, he got most of his inscriptions written in Prakrit language and Brahmi script. 3rd century BC, Prakrit language attained the status of lingua franca, and so we have to remember about the Prakrit language and Brahmi script of Ashoka period, and the similar linguistic unity was attained, Sanskrit attained the similar status of lingua franca during the Gupta period. And if you talk about the cultural unity, so we all know that, okay, even though they were following the different religions, different social customs, they were all following a certain common style of life throughout the country. So this common style of life brings the cultural unity, and the ancient epics like Ramayana and Mahabharata, they were written in Sanskrit, but they were translated later into local languages, and the people of each area were reading and studying them with the same zeal and emotion. They have the emotional connect, so the cultural unity was there. Now we will talk about the social system that developed in India. So social system of India was very peculiar social system, we can say, because in Indian social system there arose the Varna system, you see. So Varna means people were divided in different Varnas, belong to different Varnas. Later this Varna system further extended into caste system, and caste system was basically mainly based on the type of occupation performed by the people, like those who were carpenters and cobblers and ironsmiths. They were known by their work, you see. So it was it not only influenced the Hinduism, but also had its influence on Christianity and Islam. We will read about relevance of past to the present. Okay, so ancient Indian society was marked by the presence of gross social injustice. So if you are reading about the past, we will get to know that what kind of society it was. So gross social injustice was there in the ancient Indian society. Lower order, basically Sudras, suffered the various social discriminations. They were encumbered with social disabilities. Okay, and so many people talk about the past glories of India. So when we talk about the past glories of India, we should take into account these things as well, no? The social and past vestiges of ancient India. We should note about them, because people always make clamor for the restoration of the past. So those who talk about the restoration of the ancient culture and civilization, they should not only talk about the past glories, past glories of India. So when we talk about the past glories of India, we should always account for the social injustice and inequities that were prevalent during the past. So these social injustice and inequities are actually the obstacle in the development of the country, So for better development, we must know about these social inequities, and then we have to make sure that these social inequities are not revived. Okay, if you are talking about the revival of the ancient culture and civilization, so we must do away with the social vestiges, these vestiges of the past. these vestiges we can like make the head, like the caste system was there, then religious sectarianism was there, and then social subordination of women. So these things are still present in Indian society, but when we talk now, we should be like have an idea that okay, these things are actually hampering the development of a country. So on this basis we can say that okay, the study of the past is important to realize the true nature of the past and to recognize the social obstacles. So study of the past is important to realize true nature of the past and recognize social obstacles that hamper the development of a country. Now we can make a chart about the diversity that was present in India. Like we know that diversity in the form of cultural diversity, linguistic diversity, religious diversity, and geographical diversity, of course. So cultural diversity, linguistic diversity, religious diversity, and geographical diversity. For each diversity, we have seen that how the country there prevailed a unity. So cultural diversity, we all followed a common style of life, So cultural diversity, we had the unity for that. Linguistic diversity, so languages were spoken different, but people were following and reading the same text in different languages, and each language was having the influence of other in some way or other way, and words of each language can be found in other languages. Okay, so there was a linguistic unity in that sense. And religious diversity was of course there, but people of each religion has respect for other religion and were tolerant towards other religion. So there was a religious unity as well. And geographically we know that okay, plains, plateaus, mountains, deserts, and it is here the features, diverse geographical feature of India. So but the subcontinent as a whole from Himalaya to Cape Comorin and from Brahmaputra to Indus Valley was seen as a one line, and people who were ruling over, who were able to establish their rule over these lands were known as Chakravartin, Asoka and Samaragupta were the two Chakravartins of the past. Okay, thank you. That's all for this lecture. We will do other things in next lecture. Thank you.